South Africa, the fourth-ranked team coming in, up against Spain, second seeds here after their brilliant start to the season. Sainz Trapanga hit hard by Ryan Oosthuizen. Oosthuizen picked up a yellow card in that golden point defeat to Australia earlier in the semi-final. Here's Laforga. Ricardo Duarte doing the tackling. Edu Lopez. That rat's tail we've come accustomed to seeing on the series. Legaboro surveys his options. Back to Laforga again. He's got Ramos with him, but the big hit comes in from Q and Norkia, but didn't roll away.
14.
It's such an interesting challenge, these third-place playoffs. Who can mentally get themselves back up for this match? South Africa, of course, went to extra time against Australia, so they were disappointed, had to get themselves back up for this.
There you go, 27-28 wins for the Blitzboks over Spain all time. Went for a little walk earlier after those semi-finals. Real buzz around this place. There's so much expectations with those games coming up. Singapore 2023 was Spain's solitary victory over South Africa on the series, but they are a team that went through to the cup final for the first time ever in Dubai, first event of this series. They are the big improvers in this sport, no doubt about it.
Tackle!
Ronald Brown, small man, throwing his weight around. Here's Laforga. Norkia tackles him. Jojo Ceres leads a lot of the stats for Spain at this tournament this weekend, tackles and carries.
And that sequence is the challenge for Spain. South Africa has been so accurate, so efficient defensively. That one just slid up and over, and just that moment where the shadows are creeping across the ground, Rupert, and parts of it are still bathed in sunlight.
It's the golden hour now, isn't it? Lovely scenes. Look at that absolute picture. The Golden State, the Dream State, walking into a dream. They know how to sell it in these parts.
They got a fair bit to sell.
Here's Lopez up over halfway. Laforga sees a little space down the short side. Nork is very quick though.
There it is, that's South Africa. Any window of opportunity at breakdown, their decision-making, their body positioning is perfection. Look at that, just controlling the body of the Spanish player on the ground as he clearly releases. Norkie was excellent in support. You mentioned the Dream State. Have you done the whale sharks and Ningaloo Reef? That's a bucket list. Whatever you do in your life, you've got to get there for that.
Maybe next year.
Come down a bit early. Go to the Australian Open in Melbourne. Then come over here early and do everything. Margaret River for some wine. You got some options, Rupert.
This is a very good idea, Morgan Tiranui. Messages travel agent. Shilton van Wyk to Norkia, two of the quickest players on the circuit in tandem there for South Africa. They were both brilliant when they won the title on home turf in Cape Town just before Christmas. Here's Duarte to co-captain Mpivisa. Oosthuizen's there, quick off the deck to Brits. Shilton van Wyk. Donald Brown just can't quite hold on to it. Did that go forward? Don't think Ronnie B thinks so.
No, they were hard done by there. They felt a little bit aggrieved in their semi-final. They just got to stay in the moment. It's so hard for them at the moment. Maybe you go with the referee, who's 2 metres away.
Ronald Brown, incredible story, cancer survivor. Classic Hodgkin's lymphoma. Shortly after he joined the South Africa Sevens Academy, he was diagnosed. Went through all the treatment, came back. Incredible, really, just to see him out there. And he's actually had an injury problem of late too, so he's worked his way back into the team, but just inspirational to see him playing at this level. Here's Lopez. Laforga. Ramos. Legaboro chips ahead for himself. Oh, this could work out for Anton Legaboro. Oh, he just knocks it on right at the end in front of the line. tell you what, they would have been cheering in Malaga if he'd finished that one off.
Oh, he was pleading. He did all the hard work. It's a great kick. He stayed strong to get through the hit. Pleading for a little bounce up to him, and it just didn't come.
We actually went to Malaga and Sevilla during the COVID shortened 7 series. We had a fortnight down there in the south of Spain.
You can tell me some of those stories off air if you like. It is a big travelling family, isn't it, the Sevens? You're getting to know the players. It's been great to hear their backstories being here for a couple of days.
Speaking of bucket list, the Bull Ring in Sevilla. Extraordinary place to visit. There weren't any bulls in it when I was there, but beautiful, beautiful arena. Here comes Spain looking for their first points. There are no points so far in this third place playoff. Lopez gets chopped to the floor by Brown. Brits is there for South Africa. Angel Bozal to Laforga, who runs into the shoulder of Impivisa. They just lose their feet after the contact. Penalty Spain.
Yeah, he was too dominant to tackle. It just was. You watch him make the hit and watch the ability of Visser to be on his feet. He just loses it coming over the top. You've got to support your own body weight and have a lifting motion. You see that forearm elbow on the ground is a nice picture for the referee to be able to see clearly that's not the case.
He's a mechanical engineer, Impivisa, and a professional rugby sevens player. Spain have the ball back. Laforga, a lovely little scoop ball to Legabord, who denied earlier.
Yeah, advantage.
Mounting penalties and a yellow card.
No, it's 11 for me.
It's another one for a inverted commas deliberate knock on, just one where they're not players are not deemed to be a genuine chance of taking possession legally of the ball.
I reckon he's the quickest on the circuit.
Well, where's the foot race? Are we getting a foot race in LA?
Well, back in the day, the old 100-metre sprint. Yep. Bring it back.
Well, in Australia, we had the match race. Martin Afai versus Lee Odenryan back in the day.
Bang!
Well, Brian Habana raced the cheetah once. He played a bit of sevens.
No one Habs, I know something. Someone would have interfered with that cheetah.
Advantage.
Ramos. Off the base. Oh, loose ball. But another penalty goes against South Africa. Hang on, hang on. There might be another one here. Oh, there will be. Ronald Brown's going to sit down for 2 minutes. Slightly embarrassed look on the face as he heads to the sideline.
So
7 on 5 now.
You have 2 options.
We saw Australia defend one phase of play with 7 on 5.
You have 2 options for the hooker here.
But it's this afterwards, kicking the ball away.
I mean, the players know it's a no-brainer in sevens these days because there's zero tolerance for that. They're going to have to defend here. Seconds almost out in this first half. Inside ball, Sainz Trapanga for Spain. One more ball, almost there. Has it been held up? No, it's still alive for Spain. Counter ruck now from Visser and Norkia, but another penalty goes against them. Surely South Africa are going to run out of numbers here. Legabordo, Lopez, sidestep try. There you go.
Well, it had to come, didn't it? And it's because of those 2 gentlemen sitting on chairs on the sideline. But that was brave from South Africa to resist as far and as much as they did. There were 2 spare players over to the left available, not needed. And under the sticks means it should be 7.
That's something to shout about for the Spanish fans here in Perth. Vamos, Edu Lopez. Extra 2 from Ramos. And as you say, Spain will go to the break leading South Africa by 7 points to 0. As you hear the conversations in the huddles, Philip Snaeman and Paco Hernandez, 2 former opponents as players, both Olympians in Rio. Just so much rugby IQ out there.
Yeah, and the great thing about that fact is it's just very easy for players to know they can listen because they are aware that their coach has been in that exact situation before. They can be concise and precise. Snaeman knows almost the least amount of rugby played in the next 90 seconds, the better for his team, controlling tempo of the game.
And he's brought on this guy, Selvin Davids, nominee for World Player of the Year.
Let's go now.
Dream teamer last season. Of course, he missed out on that award to Antoine Dupont. Picked up the big gong, despite only playing 3 tournaments on the series and an Olympic Games. Working hard at the breakdown still is Impi Visser. And Saviwe Soyas-Wapi's out there as well on the bottom of that ruck. And look at the shove now coming in from the Spanish. They've won possession there. Really good work. You don't often see the Blitzboks get blown away on the floor like that. Lopez can't hold on to the pass. It might have been forward anyway.
That's a costly mistake, this. The counter ruck is outstanding, and then anyone dropping under, as you saw, or getting a safe pass means 7 points. In South Africa now, they're back to 7. That's pretty good considering just the 7 points conceded went down to 5 men on 7.
Another change for Spain, and it's Paul Pla who's going to come onto the field. Here he is, the only Spanish player ever to go through 100 tries on the series. Did that in Dubai.
So both coaches there, they put their most experienced players on the field to manage this one out. How much fatigue now is in this South African team? The 5 players have had to tough it out.
Selwyn Davis in front of that big stand, which is filling up in anticipation of those gold medal matches featuring Australia coming up. Penalty South Africa this time. So Spain have got to be careful here. They don't want to get done for accidentally kicking the ball away there. Could be a yellow card for them. We've seen 2 for South Africa.
Stop. Time off.
Lucky enough to go to their training base in
14.
October in Stellenbosch. The South Africa Sevens go about their business. There's so much competition in their program for spots at every event. And they just go at it, hammer and tongs all week, trying to get in the good books of the head coach.
Well, it's another nation with quality players. Interesting that you went to Stellenbosch to watch rugby training.
It might have been an aftermatch. Ronald Brown, Selwyn Davids, South Africa looking for a comeback score here. Visser over the top to Donovan Don, one of the heroes from that Cape Town victory. Davids again. Van Wyk. Brown just fades it across to Shakes. Soyas-Wapi stepping into the 22. 4 minutes to go. Brown thinks about trying to do it himself. Wisely lays it back. Here's Davids again. Selwyn Davids. All class, this guy. They should level this now.
That's what happens at the top of the pyramid of the quality players South Africa have right throughout their nation. They produce players with every single skill in the game, and Davids has been doing it for as long as anyone. He knew the chance, he knew the space, and he knew one-on-one he was too good.
Ricky enjoyed it. Extra 2 from Ronald Brown from Jeffreys Bay in the Eastern Cape. Big surf spot.
Snuck down there before. Just outside, whenever you have a game in Port Elizabeth, you sneak down there.
The ability to be able to call upon players of his quality off the bench. Not many teams have that kind of depth that this Blitzboks team have. We're level at 7. 3 minutes 10 to go. Battle for bronze.
Away South Africa.
16 series points. Paul Pla, Ramos. Jeremy Trevidic. English-Spanish dual heritage. Oh, he's done really well to basketball at Tila Forga.
No.
Ramos, his first tournament this series. come back from injury. Here's Paul Pla. Loves to carry the ball in two hands, just asks questions of the defence. Laid back there. There's Trevithick again. Juan Ramos. Toby signs Strapanga. Brother Manuel, also a Spanish Sevens player. La Forga. Something's got to give. Remember, if we're level, we'll go to golden point. South Africa already had to do that in the semi-final. It's taxing. Body and mind deep on finals day. Can Spain find the knockout blow? Here's Manu Moreno. Again, Visser, that left shoulder's made of granite. Paul Pla draws the man. Gives it to Jeremy Trevithick. And then the offload to Jaime Manteca. Oh, yeah. Vamos los Leones. They take the lead.
Outstanding attack from Spain. We've talked about the South African defence is hard to breach. They found a little seam near the referee. And what was great, you flood the same channel in support as a rugby footballer, no matter what kind of rugby you are playing. Manteca did it perfectly. From depth, square, through the same hole as the ball carrier. Big play.
Thought this might have felt like a home game for South Africa, given the amount of Saffers that live in Perth these days, but big roar went up there when Manteca went over. Lots of support for the Europeans here. 14-7, kick successful, final minute. Moreno has the ball back. On course for a rare win over South Africa here in the bronze medal match in Perth. Trevithick double pumps it over to Angel Bozal. Ramos, big left to right ball to La Forga. Here's Paul Pla again. He's added so much energy. An Olympian in Rio way back in 2016. Still going strong. Here's Manteca again. Trevithick. Bozal. Ricky Duarte tries to rip it away. Just final 10 seconds now. They got a penalty, the Blitzboks. They will get a chance. They go quickly. Tackle from Ramos on Van Veet. Had to be made. They got another decision. Now what do? Well, you tap and go. And you kick. And it's for Kieran Norkia, who's very fast. But I think Juan Ramos will win the race. He hacks it over his own end line, and that will do it for Spain. Spain win bronze in Perth.